It's KPOO, San Francisco,
KPOO is the best dog station on the radio. I'm talking 89.5 FM, Bay Area. It's the perfect jam. KPOO is the best dog station on the radio. I'm talking 89.5 FM, Bay Area. It's the perfect jam.
It's KPOO, San Francisco,
KPOO is the best dog station on the radio. I'm talking 89.5 FM, Bay Area. It's the perfect jam. KPOO is the best dog station on the radio. I'm talking 89.5.
All right, welcome to this May 14th edition of Gramophony Baloney, the program that normally plays recordings from 1950 or earlier, but that's not always the case, especially when I have live guests. And today I do have a live guest. I have the legendary Mr. Pete Pamf, Irish-based musician, band leader, and superstar club DJ. Good afternoon. Welcome to KPOO, Mr. Pete Pamf. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Well, DJ McSchmormac is honored to have you.
All right.
So you're streaming on your Facebook.
Is that all right? I don't want to make you nervous. Or
Yeah, I need to get extra headphone length here because I'm chained to the desk here. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay. Live radio, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Pamf, you are not actually Irish. You just live there. So you've been posted there by the American Secret Service for a long time.
Yeah. Just doing a little surveillance.
Yeah. You've almost you've begun to be accepted by the natives.
Oh well, I'm not sure if that's true, but I hope so.
Well, more than you were initially. It takes a while for people, to become accustomed to foreigners.
Well, I did. We knew each other before you moved out here, and so and now that I am from originally here around this area. So we kind of switched places, didn't we? You're doing surveillance now for Ireland.
Yeah, I'm part of Irish intelligence,
fronting as a radio DJ at KPOO. That's perfect.
Yeah. Posing as
Irish Secret Service,
a community radio DJ. Yes, but total Irish operative here. Yes. And big up to Mr. Ford.
He was awesome. Yeah.
Mr. Ford is going out live on Mr. Pete Pamf's.
Boost me for walking by the Supremes. I learned something today. Yes, I did.
While we get ourselves settled in, Mr. Pete Pamf, I was going to play a tune by Little Walter because it was his birthday the week before last. He was born May the 1st, 1930. So I have a tune here while we get settled in here live on your independently owned non-commercial community station. This is Little Walter from 1947. I just keep loving her. You know that building?
No, the Four Courts.
Yes.
In Dublin.
Yes.
Of course I know the Four Courts in Dublin.
See, there you go. Pete Pamf is a man of the world now.
Yeah.
He's expanded his horizons.
Absolutely. I know where the other places are too, though. Actually, but
no way.
Yeah, a couple other places, but the GPO. Is that what you said? No, the Four Courts.
The Four Courts. That was.
I've never been. Have you been to the Four Courts though? Have you been in trouble? Have you gone to the Four Courts in trouble?
I was called up for jury duty.
Oh, right.
I was in there. Yeah, I got to see the inner workings of the Irish legal system.
Was it a tough case? Was it?
I couldn't even hear the names being read out. He just said it's illegal if you don't show up. So I showed up, and then all these guys were at the back and they wouldn't shut up. So I just presumed my name wasn't called out, and then I left.
That's the inner workings, man.
Yeah, but before that, anyway, we had Little Walter on harmonica, but he was accompanying on vocal and guitar was Mr. Othum Brown, Othum, and Jimmy Rogers on guitar, from 1947. And you were, Pete Pamf, you, with the musical ear, you obviously have a good ear for pitch. You were commenting on an unusual tuning in play there.
Well, I was mad into the blues before I got really into the funk scene and hip hop scene. I was really into blues, and I always noticed that with the old recordings that they would have they would just come in and tune the guitar to whatever it was, and so you'll have it, really, it won't be exactly on E. It'll be like E sharp, if you know what I mean, which doesn't really exist. So it's like, so you'll have a very odd, like not necessarily perfect pitch tunings, but it didn't matter because the songs were so awesome and the performances were so brilliant that it didn't matter.
Yeah. So I didn't know you were big into the blues.
Yeah, so I got a fake ID when I was about 17, not for booze, but because John Lee Hooker lived in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So he would play in these small little places, and I remember I used to listen to it outside because I couldn't get in, and so then I got a fake ID so I could go in there and check it out. And I didn't even drink till I came to Ireland.
Yeah, the drinking culture in Ireland is a little bit different than in the United States.
It is different, isn't it?
Yeah, the bacon is different.
Yeah. Yeah, it is different.
Have you eaten boiled bacon in Ireland?
My mother cooked me bacon this morning. Actually,
is your mom listening in the car?
She might be. She might be.
You want to say a shout out to your mom?
Big shout out to my mom, who didn't come into the studio with me because she thought it would be too embarrassing if her mother came in with me. And I said, "No, Mom, that's cool, man. When it's totally cool these days. People don't care about that anymore."
So I think it'd be a good point as any right now for you to share some of your music. You brought a guitar with you. I mean, we can play stuff off the internet as well. And you got to get out of here by 4:00 or.
Unfortunately, yeah, this is fun though.
You're flying back. You have a 5,000-mile journey to Pamf, and time is scarce.
Aer Lingus, straight to Dublin.
So Pete Pamf is more famous as a musician than a talker. That's the thing, So I want to try and be consistent with your reputation.
More infamous as a talker.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've observed you engaged in very heated discussions with Irish Indigenous people about U.S. foreign policy.
Oh, really?
I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, because you knew me a long time ago when I was a hothead, and now I've calmed down a lot now. So.
The world was a different place, and you were a different person. It was more than half your lifetime ago when you first came to Erin's green shamrock shores.
This is true.
Just a youngling.
They are still green. They are still green shamrocks.
And a pedal. And Pete Pamf started out on the Dublin's most fashionable street, playing his guitar.
Are we speaking of Grafton Street? Or?
Yeah. When did you mellow out, though, by the way? Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, arguably I've mellowed out. I like to think I'm more calm and I don't get into major heated arguments about U.S. foreign policy. Yeah. Is all I mean. I like to think that I've let that go and calm down. Enjoy the meal you're eating before you get angry.
What year did you come to Dublin exactly?
October 1990.
So you were in Dublin before the first Iraq conflict. You were in Dublin while the IRA conflict was still going.
Yes.
You were in Dublin before everyone started talking like characters off the sitcom Friends. You were in Dublin before the smoking ban. You're in Dublin before cocaine and ecstasy became prevalent recreational drugs.
If I may interrupt, the one great thing about the recession that happened in Ireland, which was 2009, I think
2008. It started to go into the slump.
Everyone started getting scared and going, "What's mine?" And then 2009, and then around 2010, 11, everyone just thought everything was at its worst. But all the a-holes that snort cocaine were all out of town.
Yeah,
and so there was a moment of kind of peace. I thought that was unrecognized because everyone was just so upset about the recession, but I took a bit of happiness in that.
Yeah. Sometimes
I say a-hole? Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's A is for arm. Okay.
Yeah, of course it's for arm.
Absolutely. So, what was I going to say? Also, the internet wasn't a thing when you were over there. Cell phones wasn't a thing when you were there. You've seen huge changes. So
huge changes.
The decline in the a-hole population.
We were milking cows. Huh? We were milking cows in 1990, and now we're just doing high-speed internet stuff now. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, you came to Ireland back when the internet was all fields. And countryside.
Yeah.
Well, some people criticize me for letting my goat come on the air. But back in Ireland, it's okay to bring your goat into the room, right?
Absolutely.
So anyway, would you like to try something there? And now, keep your best tunes back for while I get the hang of the board and get the optimum good sound and everything.
Okay, I'll play a bad song first. Yeah, a really horrible song. strange about a little thing called your own self-doubt. As soon as you go out and see the real world, show up you feel fear, but there's really no need for a panic. Well, people are people, man, the behavior is manic, but ain't it so? When you wanna know, you get confused, you wanna go. I was thinking about my life and wondering why. Now it turned out alright. Fair enough, I'll try and make sense there. Last bit, I'll admit, it was a bit tense, but there's such a really big full blue moon out. Shall I have a pint of stout? Relax the nerves with the words that occur. To be certain, is it absurd to whistle like a bird? Well, I do it, yeah, I knew it all. Just don't go boning, no. Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I need a crutch. I'm feeling dizzy from the makeup of it all. Too much fluorescent colors of time inside. Demoralized, I was thinking about my life and wondering why. Now it turned out alright. For a while it was touch and go, but now you know why I'm back in the show. You walk around town, act real cool. Yeah, it's just a front, cause I'm really a fool. But you know there's just a simple little meaning for that. Condition Big Bang to the upbringing I got. So I walk down street, head up high. Known as my business if and when I cry lie, I'd rather die. Oh, come on, get on board, take a trip and see that the void no longer makes you feel obsolete. Looking all around, it's a brand new day. Cliche, celebrate. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. I was thinking about my life.
Pete Pamf live on KPOO San Francisco. What was that called there, Pete?
Life All Right.
Life All Right. Very nice. So, what is it about Ireland? Why you would leave all the people here to be in there?
Well, I didn't just leave because I wanted to leave the people here. I was I completely went to Ireland by accident. I was in love with a woman who I was going out with here, and she moved to England. We went to England. She got a job at a theater company in Dublin, and we moved to Dublin, and that's the only reason why I went to Dublin. Sorry if I spoke too quickly there.
I see. Well, you know, that's more than I knew before, you see.
Right, there you go.
I'm not just asking these questions for the sake of it. I'm learning about Pete Pamf, who relocated 5,000 miles to Dublin and become a Dublin-based musician on the club and bar scene and a DJ.
Yeah.
So Dublin bars are different than San Francisco bars.
Yeah.
San Francisco bars are very dimly lit compared to Dublin bars, I would, in general, I think.
Yeah.
Or it's just because it's brighter outside, they just look darker inside. I think they use dimmer lights, and it's like you look into a San Francisco bar and it's really dark inside.
Sure, yeah, it could be. There's different bars, though, in San Francisco, just like there's different bars in Dublin, though. San Francisco is a very unique and beautiful place. I know it's changed a lot since I moved here, but it's still beautiful. It still smells the same. They still have a certain spirit that can't really be knocked. KPOO still exists. You know, things like that are pretty cool. And, it's pretty cool. And the Dublin bars are pretty cool, too. The same things happen in Dublin. There's a flow of very, very wealthy, greedy individuals that are trying to change things, but they're not going to be able to actually change the spirit of it. Sorry, is that too emotionally charged?
No, I'm very out of touch. Hey, a couple of months ago, Quincy Jones gave an interview that was sensational for various reasons.
Is that the one with about Ringo Starr being a bad drummer?
That was part of
Yeah,
it.
right,
There was
yes.
like multiple bombshells went off in our interview.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
And different people kind of got reacted to different things. But one of the things he said was that the Irish were very racist.
I missed that. I thought I read the whole thing. I guess I didn't.
Because people's attitudes to me have changed a little bit since Quincy Jones. He said he was talking about how Trump has made the Trump presidency has exposed racism and made racism more apparent.
Yeah, sure.
And then he said the Irish are very racist.
Irish Americans?
No, in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
He said when he visited Ireland, Bono wouldn't let him leave his castle. So I didn't even know Bono had a castle, right? But Quincy Jones said Bono made him stay in his castle and not go out because the Irish were so racist it would be too dangerous for him.
Well, you know,
and I was going to say then, Pete Pamf, I was here when that kind of came out. What was the reaction back in Ireland? But that went over. I didn't.
I thought I read the whole article. That's really weird. I can't believe I missed that. Maybe Bono's having a bit of a bad day.
I know you have confessed to have never walked on the Edges Beach, but what about Bono's castle? Have you been to Bono's castle?
No, I've never. I met Bono once through a mutual friend, and it was a very short conversation where he accused me of having a perm.
Yeah, he should just leave other people's hair alone.
I think he was just being silly. All this Bono hate. It's really easy. I didn't like Bono and U2 when I was in high school, and because there's something hard to take, something cringy about the way he was kind of discussing his stuff. But maybe it's unfair, because he does his best, and he's a little awkward, at times. We're all a little awkward.
Yeah, that's because he's got like 4-inch heels on his shoes.
Yeah, maybe he's a little, he's got a little Napoleon disease. But but like what I'm saying is, I think that maybe we're being a little bit mean to him. I feel kind of bad now. But of course, maybe I've just mellowed, like I said earlier. Maybe I've just mellowed out.
You definitely have.
Yeah, maybe I'm not jumping on this So he does his best. He probably should pay a little more tax in Ireland though. but other than that, yeah.
So you haven't been to his castle?
No. I've never. He's also, by the way, it must be noted, has one of the most beautiful wives I've ever seen in my entire life. I actually know his wife better. Sorry, that sounds really seedy, but she was out a few times and was doing some work for the Chernobyl kids who were really ill. Herself and a woman named Adie Roach. So I met her through that sort of activism, and she's actually an extremely beautiful woman.
I'm aware of that campaign for the Chernobyl kids. What was your involvement in that?
What did I do? I think I helped Adie when Adie Roach, who, remember, she actually ran for Irish president.
Presidential candidate in the 90s.
That's right. And she had, what I'd done was we were setting up like blow up castles in our backyard. I lived in this place in Strand Road in Sandymount. It was quite famous at the time, house number 43, a big white house. And there was a big backyard. We set up a bunch of blow up castles and stuff like that. But I also got them into the rock garden for an afternoon gig as well.
Children from Chernobyl.
Yes. So there were, and I remember that was the rock garden that eventually became Dermot Dorn's place.
Eamon Dorn's.
Yeah, Eamon Dorn's. Yeah, and so it was just before he had taken that over. And by the way, he just had a 50th birthday I missed while I was over. So big shout out to Dermot Dorn.
Eamon Dorn.
Dermot Dorn. So Eamon Dorn's son, Dermot. Yeah, and a big shout out to him because I missed his birthday party.
Oh, if he was here, his name would be Duran. That's what they have weird pronunciations in this
Duran.
country.
Yeah, Roberto Duran.
Yeah,
the boxer. Is that spelled Duran? No, that's Duran. Yeah.
And then it's Dera.
Sorry.
But anyway, you do have very curly hair. Bono is true. Your hair is very far-fetched. Right. It's beyond belief.
Far-fetched.
Other people have compared your appearance to a young Tom Jones.
Oh, right. That was that funny thing that Dahi O'Clair did. Yeah. That was very funny.
You can't deny the resemblance.
Oh, no, it was good. Yeah, I was kind of shocked there. Yeah.
And he's got lovely curly hair too. I wonder would Bono go up to Tom Jones and accuse him of having a perm? I bet you wouldn't.
No, of course you wouldn't. No,
Tom Jones would knock him off his 4-inch heels.
Bono was preying on the weak then, and that was unfair.
Bono's one of them people now. If you're Nelson Mandela, he wouldn't say anything about your curly hair, but if you're like Pete Pamf, then he thinks it's all right to make personal.
You know what? In fairness, I don't know if he even knew I was Pete Pamf when he was doing that. Now I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not trying to be humble. I'm just saying.
It's true. He's doesn't know a lot of stuff, so it's possible.
Well, I think he likes to keep. I think all those guys like to keep their head in the game. I think they still feel like they're.
One day he was outside the Irish Film Institute and he walked up to people and said, "Excuse me, do you know where the Irish Film Institute is?" So he doesn't even know his way around Dublin, but then he's telling everyone how to vote when there's an election because he thinks he knows his way around politics.
I'm not jumping on your Bono hate thing. It's not going to happen. I'm just not going to do it.
You want to get inside Bono's castle.
I'll say it to his face, right? If I got a problem with him, I'll say it to his face. But I'm not going to jump on.
If you were walking on the edge of the beach and Bono made fun of your hair, you tell him off. No matter how mellow you've become, you're not that mellow.
Second time, in hindsight, see, I was probably too sort of starstruck at the time to defend myself.
It's 4:30. The time is flying. How about share? You want to say hello to the Clontarf man?
Oh yeah, unfortunately his name slipped me. The fella that called in, that was very sweet of him. Clontarf man, I think it was Michael. Was it Michael? If it wasn't, I'm sorry.
Clontarf is in Dublin North City. It's the battleground of the Irish versus the Normans. The Battle of Clontarf. The Cluan is the Irish word.
An incredible battle too, and it's one of the most historically accurate one because the Nordics lost.
Yeah,
and they were very honest in their historical. Unlike a lot of other people were trying. When they lost, they explained it really heavily. So the both stories completely matched. So it's actually a very accurately historical thing. So there you go, Clontarf, Battle of.
There you go. Clontarf is Clontarf, the meadow of the bull. That's what the old name means. Did you discover that the Irish have their own language? In
a very embarrassing way.
The restrooms.
Like the second day. It wasn't even the restrooms. No, that would have been one to go. That happened anyway. Even though because I'm dumb. But what I learned was I woke up at this guy's house. We crashed at this guy's house, who actually turned out to be Owen Foyle, who is the creator of the Raw nightclub eventually, but not until like 4 years later. But that was the first person. Anyway, and I turned on his radio in the morning. It was my first night in Dublin. I turned the radio on, and I thought I got like a Scandinavian station. And I kept on saying to him, I said, I think I got a Scandinavian station. And he said, no, that's Irish. And so I thought, oh, it's like a really thick accent I can't understand. So I kept listening to it. I was like, oh, man, that's like a seriously thick accent. Like I can't hear it. I can't understand anything. And so I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. I knew so little about Ireland when I moved it. But you know what? Funny enough, because you guys were so used to like Americans coming looking for their roots, I think you guys kind of almost endeared to the fact that I was so dumb and knew nothing of Ireland. You actually kind of enjoyed that because it was like, well, at least he's not looking for it because I don't have any roots. I don't have any Irish roots, and so I think that was kind of endearing to everybody.
Yeah, they'd be like, normally
I was literally there by accident, you know, and I think people kind of like that. You know?
Normally, the people fear immigrants because they're going to take all their jobs and steal all their women. But they said like you didn't threaten people in that way. They said he's so dumb. He can't steal our jobs. That guy.
Well, hey, now that's kind of mean, man.
No, I'm only kidding, Pete. I'm sorry.
You guys weren't even that bad with immigrants, though. And I mean, only the sort of, kind of xenophobic trickles are happening in Ireland, but nothing compared to England or the rest of Europe. But it's happening because of an enormous amount. It's not just Africans or whatever. It's even the Polish or any. They're all kind of pissing off a certain type of person right now. But I'm happy to say in Ireland it isn't as bad as, let's say, England or really anywhere else in Europe. They do have the worst plumbing, though.
Toilets flush differently in Ireland. Do you miss it when you're in Ireland and you flush the toilet? Do you get sad because it's not the same?
Well, no, I actually get more kind of freaked out how much water there is in the toilets here. Because we have like tiny little. It's all just tiny little water.
We're full of water.
Full of water.
Yeah. We can. And how's the water over there? Like
Water's
we have
great.
The odd little outbreak of undrinkable water coming out.
On the West Coast, they get that, don't they? A lot. Yeah, but no, Dublin water is great, though, isn't it?
It's all right. It's not bad. I'll drink it. Yeah.
I remember the first time I drank it, we were all paranoid about drinking water, and we drank it. It was like, this is better than bottled water.
Yeah.
But it might not be. It might be. I don't know.
What would you like to do? Do you want to do a song on your guitar?
Okay,
or
I'll do one more song.
I'll do
one more song. I'll do a song. We probably lost all my audience in there because I'm waffling on too much. Sorry, folks. But we'll do another song. Should I just play it?
I think like if your friends, if you could lose
wow,
them, if you could lose your friends by waffling, you would have lost them a long time ago.
That's true. Keep me humble, baby. Hey, check it out. I wanted to say, that Aisling O'Connell says a big hello to you.
She said hi with like 8 eyes, or maybe 9.
But she said specifically to say hello to you because she loves you very much. And Cormac right here, is a very missed man in Dublin, Ireland. And,
you're just saying that.
No, you are, man. You're the characters in Dublin are fewer and far between, and you leaving was tough. So, but I'm sure we'll have you back one day.
Just before I left, it was the coldest winter since 1942, and then after I left, it got even colder.
Yeah.
So obviously, there's a correlation.
You need to come back and heat us up, baby. Come on.
I need to I forget what it's like to have frozen feet. Since I moved to the Bay Area, my feet have never frozen up like.
It's weird, isn't it? Too? I was like the first weekend. I was like, wow, my feet have been warm the whole time.
You go, wow, my feet have been warm for 2 days in a row. I can't believe it. And now it's just like normal, everyday, unfrozen feet.
Well, before I play my last song, what's really funny? Before I moved to Ireland, I saw that movie My Left Foot.
Yeah,
Jim Sheridan's movie.
Yeah.
And
one of the actors is my cousin.
Oh wow! Oh yeah,
Ray McAnally.
In fairness, though, didn't everyone have a cousin in that film?
The guy who plays Christy Brown's father, Ray McAnally, is my father's second cousin. So he's my second cousin once removed.
Oh wow, that's heavy.
But then my next door neighbour was Brenda Fricker there for a while before I moved out of the Liberties.
Okay.
Brenda Fricker's triple bungalow and my little pot house was adjacent.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's a great insight into the life of Cormac.
Yes. Whenever she was out of town, she would play like Patsy Cline really loud. So when I'd hear Patsy Cline at 5 a.m, I go, "Oh,
crazy!
Brenda Fricker's out of town."
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. Yeah. So I saw that film.
Yeah.
All right. I saw that film, and when I was leaving the film, you remember the scene where they steal the coal from the back of the truck, and so when it turns, it all comes out, and they steal all this coal, and the mother won't let them in. She's like, no, you stole. That's terrible. But then they let them in. They're all warm and happy and blah blah blah. Yeah. And I remember leaving back in Palo Alto, like coming out into the sunshine, and I saw it with a friend of mine. And I remember thinking, like, can you imagine like being so cold that you have to steal coal? I mean, like so cold that you just have to steal coal. Anyway, I moved to Dublin, and within 2 weeks, I was stealing coal.
From where?
Do you remember the little shop that was outside Harrington Street, and it had like this guy with a bit of an eagle eye?
Mr. Pips.
Yes, it was Mr. Pips. Remember Mr. Pips?
Right.
It was the same guy, but he had a shop on Harrington Street first, but then he moved down to South Circular Road. Yeah, but it used to be on the corner there, next to the Fix-It shop. Yeah, remember the Fix-It shop on Harrington Street? So it was his shop. I'd always buy a bale of briquettes, but then I'd grab a coal because it was always outside. They trusted people, and I was just so terrible.
What, like you put a lump of coal in your pocket or something?
No, I grabbed a whole damn bag. It was terrible.
That's audacious. That's like stealing a keg of beer.
I was cold, man. I was cold like the Birds family.
So that's good. He can Pamf from Palo Alto. He can say bale of briquettes on the San Francisco airwaves without blinking an eye.
There you go.
And people are going, bale of briquettes.
That would be turf. It's a strange thing you can burn in Ireland. Sorry, I should have.
It's a remedy for frozen feet. Marianne Faithfull is another big advocate of bales of briquettes.
Is she?
No, she bale of briquettes is too big for Marianne Faithfull.
Were you being metaphorical there? Were you?
No, she buys a fire log.
Oh, okay.
Do you buy fire logs?
I do buy fire logs. Yeah, I do.
Do you ever meet Marianne Faithfull? She's around Dublin a lot.
I don't want to be one of those dicks that name drops and stuff. In fairness, now in fairness,
Dick Pamf.
Yeah, Dick Pamf.
No, you want to be P Pamf.
Great, yeah. But listen, let me play you a song because I gotta go. I gotta go in 5 minutes.
I know. I just want to keep you here forever.
I know it's fun.
I want to put you in my pocket and bring you home, Pete Pamf.
It's been totally fun. I've really enjoyed myself. This has been really fun, and it's like one of the highlights of my vacation here. And
one of many. I hope.
Well, my favorite one was Debbie Jones threw a great party for this lovely woman named Corinne, and Debbie Jones is wonderful. Oh, I was gonna play her a Prince song. Damn it. Should I change it to a Prince song?
You can play as many songs as you like.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to do this song first and see what happens after that. I don't care that I got drunk last night and made a fool out of myself. I don't care if people think I'm an asshole. I don't care if my credit card company keeps ringing me saying, make a payment or we'll have to take further action. I don't care if my neighbor knows I'm growing pot. I don't care that I have ADD. Just don't bore me with your silly talk. I don't care if you think I'm ripping off the Ramones. I don't care that I failed at, well, pretty much everything. I don't care I kissed a guy once just to prove to my girlfriend I wasn't gay, like I'm gonna go into that now. I don't care that I didn't know what jerking off was for 2 years after I started doing it. I'm old-fashioned. Get over it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't care if big bankers are responsible for the current depression. What do you expect? Oh, I don't care if politicians lie, cheat, steal, bleed. I don't care about the afterlife. I don't care about the afterlife. What? You think if you find out there isn't one, you'll become a bad person? You're already bad. I don't care if people get scared of imagery provided by puppets of savagery, while we hide behind superstitious prophecy, blinded by our own reality. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live on KPOO San Francisco. Well, thank you.
That was Pete Pamf with Spot the Sucker, right?
That was it. Yeah, that was the acoustic version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you toned down some of the vernacular too. That's nice too. Do you want to do a Prince song? Right, look, it's 2 minutes to 4 o'clock. Yeah. We'll do the top of the hour ID right now. This is KPOO San Francisco. Pete Pamf is visiting from Ireland. This is the first visitor from Ireland that I've met up with since I came to San Francisco. Really? Yeah, nobody else wants to meet me.
Well, that'll be the first of many. I'm telling you, you're on the up, man. You're on the up.
On the up.
Yeah, man. We'll get Glenn Hansard in here soon. Like that's what's going to happen next. Yeah.
He wouldn't even follow me on Twitter.
Oh. How do you know?
He's been on late night TV over here. He was on the George Corndog show. What do you call him? James Corbett. James Corden had Glenn, and he had Lisa Hannigan.
He's popped off. I mean, we're talking about Glenn Hansard.
Glenn Hansard was on it, and Lisa Hannigan was on 2 times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's our boys doing good. We should be happy. We should be happy for them, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Who says I'm not?
Oh, that's true. You're trying to get me to talk smuck on. Bob.
Glenn Hansard has played here at the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival, and he's headlined at the Fillmore, I think.
Okay.
So and you've shared the stage with him many's the time.
Sure. Yeah, he's. I mean, he's the hardest working. He deserves it. You know, he worked harder than anybody.
Well, I'm much happier to have you here, Pete.
We were watching Zig and Zag. You know, he was working hard. Yeah.
That's right. He's an Oscar-winning songwriter.
I miss the Dempsey Zig and Zag.
All these Oscar winners, Brenda Fricker, Glenn Hansard. It's just like Dublin is like Hollywood the second, really.
That's it, man. It's Hollywood the second. Hollywood squared. Yeah.
So you were talking about doing a Prince song. Did you see Prince when you were living in Ireland?
Yeah, I saw him at the RDS. Remember doing that? Like
I was at that one too.
Diamonds and Pearls.
92 or 93. That was the only time I ever saw Prince.
I snuck in. I climbed up a tree that had a little access, and I jumped over with the button.
I snuck in. I was just I was in that part of town, and he was in the National Show Jumping Ground of the RDS, the Royal Dublin Society Show Jumping Ground, and as I was getting closer, there was hordes of people coming away from there. Like they were walking out of the gig. They were going, I'd rather go to the pub and drink beer on a Saturday night than watch Prince perform a concert. There were so many leaving. I said, there's a good chance they're not going to care if I walk in there without a ticket because there's so many people leaving. So I just walked in and watched about maybe 40 minutes of the end of the show. Yeah.
That's great.
And how did you get in?
I climbed. There was a tree. There was a tree on the. I wonder what we want to say. What side of the pitch? But
I think it's Anglesey Road has a tree that you can get into the RDS.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
It was causing a lot of financial loss.
There was a branch. It was actually a little bit, tiny bit dangerous. And this is back when they weren't that uptight. So. Guards would walk by and see us there, and they knew what we were up to. But we were like, "No, we're just staying in the tree. We're just staying in the tree."
And they actually let us stay in the tree,
and then they would walk around, and then we'd get off. It's as though they didn't care. They were like, "Yeah, go ahead, go for it."
Yeah. Well, the Garda commissioner was up every tree in Dublin looking for corruption on Bertie Ahern, and it's going up trees is a normal part of Irish life, not like here in the land of the free. What Prince song we going to do?
I'm going to do a song for my really good friend. I'm going to do it for a bunch of people. I'm going to do it for Nina, Corinne, and Sonia and Debbie, and those are my favorite girls from when I come back home. So and Robin, and that's it. Dorothy was a waitress on the promenade. She worked the night shift. A dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of tips. Well, earlier, I've been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with a lover's path. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fair. Well, I ordered, let me get a fruit cocktail. I ain't too hungry. Dorothy laughed. She said, it sounds like a real man to me. You're kind of cute. Want to take a bath? Well, I said cool, but I'm leaving my pants on, 'cause I'm kinda going with someone. She said, sounds like a real man to me. Mind if I turn on the radio? Oh, my favorite song, she said, and it was Johnny singing, help me, I think I'm falling. The phone rang and she said, who ever's calling? Can't be as cute as you. Right then and there I knew I was through. My pants were wet, they came off, but she didn't see the movie 'cause she hadn't read the book first. Oh, instead, well, she pretended she was blind. Well, and fiction brought on by her witch's curse. Oh, Dorothy made me laugh. I felt much better, so I went back to the violent room. I took another bubble bath with my pants on. All the fighting stopped. Next time I'll do it sooner. This is the ballad of Dorothy Parker. Oh, sweet. Oh.
Pete Pamf, all the way from Ireland, live on San Francisco's KPOO, independently owned commercial-free radio, with the Ballad of Dorothy Parker by Prince. What can I say? If people hearing Pete Pamf on KPOO want to check out more Pete Pamf, what should they do, Pete Pamf?
All you gotta do is go to Pete at No, I can't remember what you have to do. PetePamf.com. That's all you have to do.
PetePamf.com.
Thanks to Matty May, who set up that website for me.
He's a great builder of websites.
He is. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best. One of the best out there.
Matty May.
He was OG in the setup of the...
in the merry month of May, you can't beat Matty May.
No.
What else was I going to say?
Well, what I was going to say is thank you so much for inviting me here today, because I've really enjoyed myself. And, this has been nice. And you've got me ready to go back to Ireland now.
I see on there's a Pete Pamf Twitter. But the tweets are all like, this person followed me today, and this person unfollowed me today.
You gotta forgive me. I Instagram a lot.
Your account is being run by robots.
I know. I Instagram a lot, and I Facebook a lot, and I don't do much on Twitter. I only because I mean, how much more can you do in life?
Hey,
but maybe I'll tweet more. I'll tweet more.
Yeah, they can have driverless vehicles, but they can't have Pete Pamf Twitter accounts.
What I'll try and do. Apparently, there's like a way to like all go all at the same time.
Yeah, you can refuse the apps, but hey. Also, I was going to say,
people had like 10
anybody listening and they're thinking of going to the beautiful land of Ireland for a vacation, or they get hired by the CIA.
The sun comes out; it's the best place in the world.
They arrive in Ireland and they say, "Hey, what about that Pete Pamf guy that I heard on KPOO back in May 2018? Where can they find you? Like, what? You're a skilled DJ.
Aer
I have to say,
Lingus magazine. So surely after this interview,
yeah, I'm
going to be on Aer Lingus magazine. Now they're going to have me in the.
The Dice Bar is still a regular gig here.
I still DJ there. This is my DJ stuff now.
They've like a DJ pit built into the bar.
If you want to see
me
DJ, it would be the Dice Bar Dublin. That would be the best place. I'm free to play anything. I can be almost as eclectic as you, but not quite as eclectic as you, because you are the most eclectic.
Well, one time I went up to Pete Pamf when he was in the DJ pit of the Dice Bar, and I said, "Play Lowrider by War," and then 2 seconds later, burp, 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 and all the girls were up dancing on the bar, going crazy. Everybody going mad. Pete Pamf, when he's on the decks, he can rock the house.
All right.
What else is he going to say? But one thing now sometimes Pete Pamf does is like, you go into a nightclub and you got like enough money to buy one beer, and you're going to like sip, like take little teeny sips to make it last all night.
Wooden beer?
One beer.
Oh, one beer, sorry.
Buy one beer and you just kind of take little teeny sips, little baby sips to make it last as long as possible. And then Pete Pamf puts on a cool record, and then you say, well, I got to get up on the dance floor now and glug back all the beer in like half a second and get up on the dance floor, and the song is rocking and you're getting into it, and then it just cuts out, and then I go, damn you, Pete Pamf, why did you have to do that?
Dude, I'm not too bad. I usually let the song go pretty far into near the ending.
You have mellowed out. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm on the dance floor, I might do a lot of cutting and in and out, because you have to do that because the kids, they don't want to hear something too long. But at the Dice Bar,
attention span plummeted
I'm not sure if it's that. I think it's just that's just the feel on a dance floor. They want, and they don't want you to prove you got skills. They don't want just some guy pushing one song after the next. Which, by the way, is my favorite type of DJing. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you got to prove that you got a little skill.
You do.
You know what you're doing.
You do. Sometimes you add a little bit of.
There you go.
But what is it about "In the Mood" by Glenn Miller? That's your go-to song a lot.
I like to think that I was one of the guys that was keeping the format of what, even if you're playing really current, up-to-date stuff, you throw down dance floor hits from every decade. Absolutely. Kids respond really well to that, I find. As long as you do it right. And if you can drop that in between Basement Jacks and
Outkast.
Outkast. Yeah, that'd be great. It's more dance though. Outkast is more hip hop and funk, which is great. I can drop other old stuff in between them.
Yeah.
But that was Duke Ellington's?
Glenn Miller.
Sorry, Glenn Miller. He was the Daft Punk of the day.
Yeah, I have it in the CD player. We could play that out as I run you out the door.
Oh, that's great. I really appreciate that.
All right. Yeah. Pete Pamf, any parting words for the KPOO listeners before you embark on your 5,000?
I want to thank everyone at KPOO. This has been an absolute honor. I know about this radio station since I was a kid. We couldn't pick it up until nighttime because it wouldn't come out till nighttime, but we learned so much about music and about early days of hip-hop, whether it be like Too Short, all that scene that was happening, early digital underground with, pre-Death Row, Tupac Shakur, and all that kind of stuff. It was a really, really heavy scene that we got to be able to get enlightened on because of stations like this. And I mean positive side of hip hop, and so I'm absolutely honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Pete Pamf, thank you for coming in. Great to see you again. And now I'm going to run you out the door.
All right.